How did horror films start reflecting internal societal fears? Imagine a mirror that shows not just your face but also your deepest worries. That's what horror movies have become over time. They started as simple stories about monsters and ghosts. But as societies changed, these films began to show what people truly feared inside. Early horror was about external threats like vampires or haunted houses. These stories scared audiences with supernatural beings. But as the world grew more complex, horror shifted focus. It began to symbolize fears about society, politics, and the human mind. In the 1960s, horror movies started exploring psychological fears. Films like Psycho looked into the darkness inside a person's mind. They showed how mental illness and hidden desires could be terrifying. At the same time, movies like Night of the Living Dead used zombies as symbols of social decay. Zombies represented fears about racial tensions and societal breakdowns. These films weren't just about scaring people. They were making a statement about the world outside the theater. The 1970s pushed this even further. Horror films reflected the chaos of the era. The Vietnam War, political scandals, and social unrest made people anxious. Movies like The Texas Chainsaw Massacre showed brutal violence that felt very real. Others like Carrie explored fears about family, gender roles, and the power struggles within society. These stories often used supernatural or horrific elements to talk about internal fears and societal issues. The monsters weren't just monsters anymore. They were symbols of real problems. As time went on, horror films kept evolving. Filmmakers used monsters and supernatural themes to critique political oppression, gender roles, and racial injustice. The Stepford Wives showed fears about losing control over women and societal expectations. More recent movies like Get Out combine horror with sharp social commentary on race and identity. These films turn internal fears into stories that make us think. In the end, horror movies became a way to face uncomfortable truths. They use metaphorical monsters to reveal what society fears most: oppression, violence, and moral panic. Watching these films is like looking into a mirror that shows not just what's outside, but what's inside us all. They reminded us that sometimes the scariest things are the fears we hide within.